the first thing that came to mind.
The Toronto Raptors?
Yeah. I don't even.
Toronto, Canada, right?
Yeah, I don't even like.
Why are they allowed to play with like? That's like America in the NBA, right?
You know what? I honestly don't know.
I don't know. Like I know about sports, but I don't know like how things like that work because there's like Toronto but the NHL is like another thing too, where like
yeah,
they have Canadian teams that play with American teams as well.
I don't know. I don't know anything about basketball. I don't even know the rules for the most part. Like, I understand maybe, or I know probably. No, you know what? I don't know the rules. I just know how the game's played. Like
the fundamentals. You
yeah.
know the fundamentals.
Like I could probably play. I could play a game, but I couldn't like. I couldn't watch it and be like, okay, well, what went wrong here?
Yeah, like you can't hear the whistle blow and go, I know exactly what happened.
Man, it was because he was insert whatever the problem was.
Yeah.
That's usually it was icing. I don't think
he put on too much icing.
like a baking a baking hockey crossover.
Yeah.
Where people
they have to skate around and protect the goal while they put frosting on cakes.
Well, they're frosting cakes.
Yeah. As you do.
I think frosting cakes would be a good porno name. It's like a bakery.
Like an erotic bakery?
Yeah, an erotic bakery.
Frosting cakes. There you go. Yeah.
That'd be cool. Just
finally, you gotta open up your dream bakery called Frosting Cakes, and you only make dick shape and vagina shaped cakes.
We just started this podcast, and I already want to close shop. Start something else. Frosting Cakes.
Yeah, man.
I think that's $1 million. It's like $1,000.
It's not a good idea, man. Are there still like erotic? What's it? Exotic?
What are we talking about?
Exotic bakeries?
Erotic bakeries? I don't.
That's one of those things I always hear about.
One. Yeah, I don't think I've seen one. But I mean, I'm sure they exist, or like, cause I've seen like pictures of stuff online, but not necessarily like that. We went to this place and they made it. Hit them up. It was more like someone who knows how to bake already made it for like a friend because.
See, I feel like that's a very like internet industry now where you have to like pre-order shit or pre-order cake. You know what I mean? Because I feel like they have to hire into a bakery and tell them like we need these shapes, and then they go and send them somewhere else. Yeah, dick shapes.
Pencil drawings, big scribbles. It's just dick.
Of highly detailed penis size.
Peni.
Sorry.
I don't know. I've never seen an erotic bakery. Which I feel like LA would be
the place for erotic bakeries.
Yeah, like
did you not have an erotic cake for one of your birthdays? I could have sworn.
My auntie made it.
That's right. Okay, yeah.
Like that's the thing. My auntie made an ass and a pair of tits in like bikini tops, so they weren't like it wasn't bearing all.
Tragic.
But yeah, she made them. But she was like, she's a bakist, a serial bakist, so she knows how to do everything, and like they look like, I mean, they're professionally done. She's like a professional fucking baker.
Right.
So, like, that's the thing. That's the only time I've had that experience, and it was because it just happened to be that, like, I knew someone, or my family knew someone who, or someone in my family that we knew, or we, anyway.
Man, your family's full of like creative types like that too. I got nothing like that in my family.
I'd say
a bunch of net bangers in my family.
Net bangers. Mine are all like, just everyone's just like, different characters.
Yeah,
I think that's a good way to put both of them, like to describe them.
I guess that's
because they're not necessarily like, because it might not be that the people like certain people are good or bad or like creative or not creative. They're definitely characters.
Right.
Because there's some people in my family who aren't necessarily like, you know, like musicians or bakers or painters or this or that, but they're like memorable, like people that you're just like Steve.
Right.
Like it's not like, oh man, Steve like created this like crazy mural on a wall. It's just like I went out with Steve and hung out with him, and I'm never gonna forget it.
Right.
It's just literally.
But like even
characters.
like
or
even,
Ben,
like like
Talon never met Ben and knew Ben and still talks about Ben, and Ben for the rest of his life will never know Talon.
You won't let it happen now.
Never, because Talon will be on his deathbed being. Did you invite Ben? No, Ben.
You're like, I did, Talon. He's right here.
And he dies right before Ben walks in.
And he dies, and he sees Ben leading him up to heaven. You know,
Ben's dead.
Oh.
Well,
you don't necessarily see someone that's dead when you pass away. I guess I don't know either, but
yeah, I know, Mr. Professional. I've died a few times.
Yeah,
Right?
I know a thing or two about dying. Tell you a thing or two.
That'd be so confusing. Like you're dying and you see someone who you know is alive, but you're like, what the fuck?
I feel like that'd be comforting.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I like genuinely, it would probably be comforting.
Yeah.
But as a joke, it's more funny to
as
me.
like a skit in like a sitcom. Probably not cool.
Or like as you're dying, you look up and you're like, I see the light, like someone's reaching out to me, and you see that it's Hitler, and you're like, ah! And then you die.
With angel wings and a halo.
A double neck guitar.
Yeah, cool. 4 arms.
Yeah, you don't know where you're going. You're like, what is this? Like you describe that as you're dying, and then you die, and someone's like,
where'd he go?
What happens when you die? Anyway,
We'll never know, man.
that's gonna be interesting.
Dying? I expect so, yeah. I'm gonna be real bummed out if like if it's like turning off the lights.
Yeah.
Like if nothing happens, that'd be.
And you're bumping into everything.
Yeah, I'd be
forever?
like, oh.
Oh my dang toe! I guess.
It's a little bit of a bummer, but I guess I don't really have any like say so at that point if I'm dying.
Yeah, usually that's kind of the thing.
I know it's kind of the end, no?
Yeah, like that's. People are just like, I'm not gonna do it.
It was every once in a while I'll go on like Amazon and like just look for like clothes or hats or shirts, like just random shit. And every once in a while I come across the fucking most outlandish shit, like crazy, like it'll be like a printed shirt, and I don't know, like just like they just say the craziest shit on it. Like I think I saw one that said something along the lines of like, you even when you die you won't get any rest. I was like, damn, that's really dark to just be on Amazon.
Just to like stumble across on Amazon. I think, cause like Amazon has that kind of weird rabbit hole, and then you go down, cause then you'll be looking at like one thing, and then in the related items you'll see like more. Like obviously it'll start as like
how
just.
did I look at that? Maybe.
Yeah, no, but I mean like, it's like well, okay, we're looking at like N64 games and stuff, so it'll show games, and then it'll show obviously like here's more listed games.
Right.
Or oh no, I'm thinking of eBay, but like still,
It's the same algorithm, pretty sure.
So it's like you'll be looking at one thing, you're looking at glasses, and then they're like, oh well, we have also like this stuff, but then all it takes is one, like you're like, oh well, I'll look at this is like it's related to glasses, but it's not glasses.
Right.
And then you look at that, and then you look at something else, and you kind of you keep tapping on those like semi-related things until eventually you're at that weird shirt. But that's why I like Wish, because Wish is
fucking crazy.
It's like instead of going down a rabbit hole, it's Wish is already at the bottom of the rabbit hole, where you're just
it's the
like,
rabbit hole's rabbit hole.
Yeah. Like Wish, one of my favorite things to do especially when I lived in Whittier.
Right.
One of my favorite things to do was to go on Wish and have like $20, just like mess around
And
with.
just buy
weird shit because I know it's never gonna be here in like a week.
Yeah.
Like if I buy something on Amazon or eBay,
it's like getting a surprise present in the mail.
Yeah, exactly. Like Wish, I remember I bought Raymond that stack of $100 bills.
Oh, that's right.
And it came like 3 months after I ordered it, which I think I got it for him for Christmas, and I gave it to him for like my birthday. Because it was just like Wish, like I don't think it tells you. I don't know. I haven't used it in a while.
It has like a estimated ship date, but
it'll be like a month from now to like 4 months.
Yeah, it'll either be here in May or December.
Yeah, and you're like, all right, whatever. That's what everything on there is. like not important.
Yeah, it's definitely like a fun thing to do. It's like gambling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like throwing a couple of, like, you have like five, like you said, $20 just to throw on something.
Fuck it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like if you're walking down the street, you find $20 on the floor, you're like, I'm gonna buy something on this.
Like, the stuff on there is crazy enough that I would want it.
No.
I just don't want to ever like go and look for it, like to buy it. Like, it's
Yeah.
something where I'm like, that's interesting, buy.
Yeah, that's kind of like
It's-
that's why it's literally just like a rabbit hole.
You know what it is? It's like the impulse buy stuff in front of the store.
Yeah, that's
You know what I mean?
all it
It's an entire wish app, yeah.
Like there was one time I was on Wish, and I don't remember if I looked it up. If I feel disappointed if I thought to myself like I'm gonna do that, but I found guitar pedals, and I remember finding I don't know if it's just like, I'm assuming there's some pedals that are easier to, well, it is like that there's some pedals that are easier to like make and like just do, like make a
Right.
basic version, like
Right.
overdrive or delay.
Yeah, I mean, pedals in general, I mean, the bass, like, fuzz, distortion, it's a very small, like, fucking chip.
Yeah, it's just like you can make like a very simple one. It's not gonna be good,
Yeah.
but it'll be like that thing that you're
Yeah.
trying to get. And like on Wish, I remember going through like finding guitar pedals, and I remember finding one that was just like a silver brick,
Yeah.
and it was completely unmarked, and it just said like it was a delay pedal, and I think it was like $20, and then it had like, and I was like, oh, that's cool, but it was like $10 shipping.
Yeah.
Like, and there's no like there's no like pay for the like pay for everything and pay one payment.
Yeah.
Or one
yeah,
solid
you have
thing.
everything has its own shipping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So regardless of how many things you buy, you don't get one cart and then pay for shipping. It's that this thing has $20 shipping. This thing has $5 shipping. So it accumulates the prices for all the items and all the shipping.
Yeah.
And apparently it's really expensive to ship from China, because I'm assuming that's where everything comes from, because everything
Shipping
I get,
from China, expensive. The items themselves, very cheap.
very cheap. Yeah. That's the thing. I wouldn't have paid $30 for a blank pedal,
Yeah.
but I would have paid $20
Yeah.
$10 shipping, because that's a steal.
Trust me, I get it, man. It's the same thing with, I almost bought several different instruments I do not know how to play. Just because they were cheap, and I was like, I'll spend like $40 on like a violin real quick. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I'll probably
A double
like
neck
use
violin?
it, double neck violin with I don't know, variation
Fuzz
volume,
pedal.
fuzz pedal. One of those
okay.
weird ones that's shaped like a music note.
Oh. They're like, how could we make playing violin more difficult?
Yeah.
And just
Get rid of the neck. It's like those. Have you ever seen one of those harp basses, where it has like the body of a guitar, but the neck goes around, and it's like you could only play the note that they're tuned to, and that's it.
I feel like there's too many instruments. Like I've seen so many pictures of people online who are just playing some ridiculous instrument, and they're one of like 500 people in the world that can play it, and you're
Yeah.
like, why?
Why?
Why does that even exist? I get it. The pursuit of music. Whatever. Get the fuck out of here. It's just.
If you had to get rid of one instrument, like off the face of the earth,
I could probably get rid of like 40 of them.
one though, like your top instrument, like that's unnecessary.
10-string guitar. Those guitars that you have to sit with like in your lap and play with two
Or
hands.
when you buy the guitar, you have to buy the stand for it too.
Yeah, like there's people who put on performances and displays where they'll sit with like a stand, and it'll be in their lap, and you can't play it like a regular guitar
Yeah.
or anything, like any regular anything. What is that?
Oh, fruit.
Where did they go?
I don't know.
This tree doesn't bear fruit. This tree hasn't
Bore?
fruit ever.
Yeah.
That looks like
You want me to get it for you?
no. Just leave it. But they have to sit with it, and then play it. But they play it with two hands, so they
Yeah.
play the like.
Like I know
8
exactly.
strings
I know
on each
exactly
hand.
what you're talking about.
Why? Remember when everyone was
Tilt the
like,
neck.
when everyone was super up in arms about using plastic straws because
I just
of
wanted,
turtles?
I wanted one of those metal straws just because of how they make that cool noise like a sword.
Oh, you know what I want?
Mm.
Is one of those metal rods that shoot out. That like you.
Oh, the little like curled ones. Yeah, I know exactly. They have those on Wish. That's how I know what that is. It's on Wish. The like the magician's baton.
Yeah, you just go. It's like 7 feet long, and you can like obliterate fucking.
I know exactly what you mean. Trust.
I've seen so many videos of people like using those just to show the power, and it just goes and like destroys shit.
Yeah. Funny thing, they're made of metal.
Yeah, it's crazy. They're made of metal and they're under extreme pressure.
You know what else you can get at Wish that I always see? Like anytime I open that fucking app, every time I open it, I always see tiny crossbows that shoot toothpicks. And it's one of those things where I'm like, I'll spend $5. Yeah, I just haven't done it.
Ooh, Daddy Light.
What you put in it? What was the flavor of the? Is it lemonade?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
That's a lot of
You know?
motion, man. Don't know. It's those fruit. It's the fruit from the tree across the way.
How the fuck did you get over here then? That'd be crazy. The trees, they grew like the fruits grew like upward, like where the plants like they like blossoms and they go like mortars.
Have you seen what is it called, the dynamite tree?
I
Where it
think
has
so.
fruit on it, and when they're like bothered at all, they explode, and that's how they spread their seeds.
Cool. That's how I spread my seeds. I get pissed.
The whole
Nut in my shorts.
the whole tree itself is covered in spikes too.
Oh, then I have seen. I
Yeah.
don't think I've seen like video of it nutting, but I've seen the spikes.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Mm.
Seeing like just anything with like fucking nature. Dude, someone put I don't know what it was. It might have just been like someone commenting on how animals. I think it might have been seeing, you know, like tigers eating like a wildebeest. Or,
Okay.
I don't even know if they're.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking
they're
about.
the same thing.
The ears?
No.
Oh.
But I mean like seeing animals eat other animals.
Right.
Predators eating prey, and thinking how predators they're not like us in the sense that we feel this empathy and we feel the need to like kill something. Like if you run over an animal and it's still alive, you kind of feel compelled to kill it so it's not suffering anymore.
Right.
And the same way that, I mean, I don't know how animals are treated. I know animals aren't always treated great when they're killed at like farms, but
Right.
it's you know, more humane to kill an animal quickly with as little pain as possible. But
Right.
in nature, it's not like that because they don't feel that empathy. They don't feel the need to kill it unless it's like there's certain animals that have horns that they have to kill it to make sure it's dead
Right.
before they try to eat it, or else it'll move around and
Right,
try to
right.
kill them. So they were talking, like it was a post about something like that, and that people talk about how these animals, it's so crazy to see these animals, how they don't have that kind of empathy that we have, and that it's more, you know, they're just animals.
Right.
But they said, basically they said, you think that's fucking crazy? Look at bugs. Imagine if bugs were the size of these animals, where there's bugs that inject fucking like they poison each other and inject their babies into other bugs and then let them grow. Yeah, and then there's some that like poison them to the point where they're just like completely incapacitated and can't move, and then they slowly eat them, or they poison them and then the poison spreads and it's like corrosive from the inside. And I'm like reading that and thinking,
Yeah, bugs are little fucking aliens, dude.
yeah, bugs are insane, and the fact that they're just like that big is insane to me. Like if they were the size, like in Fallout.
Yeah.
Like imagine if literally any bug was dog sized.
Is in Fallout, is there radiated praying mantis?
I hope not. I've never seen one.
I feel like I've seen one before, and I
I've
don't
never
know
played,
for sure.
I never played 1, 2, or I've only played 3 in New Vegas.
Right.
So,
I don't know. Yeah.
but that sounds like a nightmare. I fucking hate praying mantis.
I know. Just reminds me of that one time we were kicking it and we saw that one just fly on my shoulder.
That's the only time I've ever seen one in real life.
Really?
Yeah.
No shit.
That's the only time till that point. It's one of those things where you it's almost like it's not real because
Right.
you just see pictures of it. It's like seeing a dead body. So it's like you could see videos of you see like a video of someone getting shot.
Yeah.
Or like gunfire, and you're just like, oh, that's crazy. But then if you're somewhere where there's gunfire, it's different. Or if you see someone who got shot, or seen someone who's been killed, or see someone who you just know is dead,
Yeah.
it's different. So, there's certain things that within my head, I know they exist, but I'd never seen them.
Right.
So, I remember the first time I saw someone get shot, and it was like, it suddenly existed.
Yeah.
Because I had seen it before, I'd seen it in movies, and it didn't seem like that big of a deal, especially because of the fact that I had seen it in movies.
Right.
So I understood it to a degree, till I saw someone get shot, and then it was real, and then it was like, whoa, it is just like the movies.
Jesus Christ.
Like, that's the thing. You've seen like a dead body,
Right.
or you've seen someone get killed, or you've seen like a car accident or whatever, and then it becomes real, and you're like, okay, like you kind of do with it,
Right.
Which you will. But up till then, I had never seen a praying mantis in real life, and I saw how small it was, and I was like, I know they get bigger than that, but the fact that I could see like everything. Basically everything I feared, it was real. Like I'd see people get shot, and I was like, well, like
You
it's
saw
crazy.
a praying mantis, you're like, aliens are real.
Yeah, I saw a praying mantis, and I was like, I never want to leave my house ever again. I want to live in a bubble.
Fucking
forever.
praying mantises are ruthless too. I saw videos of like them eating the faces of lizards while they're still alive.
Yeah,
Like that's fucking wild.
like I don't know how. That's what makes me think there's no God. Or that could be that there is a God because these things exist, but they're not going to be big. Because imagine if praying mantises were like 7 feet tall.
Wait a couple years, man. Once those bombs start dropping and start radiating shit.
If I ever see a huge praying mantis, I'm going to immediately blow my brains out. Like, if I had a shotgun or a rifle,
Yeah.
anything, I'm not going to try to fight it. I'm going to kill myself. Not because I don't think I can fight it, but because I don't want to live in that world.
Yeah, I get that. Alright, well, I don't get that, but I do get that.
It's like playing Fallout.
I know. I feel
Realistically.
like I'd lose touch with reality once that happens because I'll start just killing shit.
Like people.
Well, I don't think it matters at that point.
Yeah, that's
Like
true.
if the world has gone to shit, bombs have fallen, and I'm still alive, and a lot of people are dead. I don't think it matters.
Yeah, I mean,
It's at that point, it's like to the T, survival of the fittest.
I think that, I think it depends on your own moral compass.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm always gonna have a moral compass, but it's
No, but that's the thing. That smells good again out here.
What is that though?
We are surrounded by a bunch of Asian people who cook. Like, this is what home cooking
I
smells like.
know.
It's incredible. That's why, like, when you drive through, I remember a long time ago driving through Pico at about like this time when everyone's like cooking dinner.
You
and
smell
it just smells
dinner
like
every.
Mexican
Yeah,
food.
you're right. I know
But
exactly what you're
it's,
talking about.
everyone here is Asian, so it just smells like Asian food.
Yeah.
Well, just to us.
It smells like the. I guess it's just because
There's shit in my foot right now. Oh, it's just spider dust. What are they called? Webs.
spider dust.
Spider dust they poop out.
It just smells like the. I mean, it, obviously, but it smells like the Thai food place we go to.
Yeah. But it's hard to say what your sort of like what your mentality and where your morals would be.
Right.
If
I mean, I guess like I said, I would probably lose touch with reality if that happens. Like I can't say yes or no if I had a moral compass at that point because
Yeah.
of how like crazy I would be at that point probably.
yeah, I think that's the thing. It's like you can kind of more or less say where you think you would be or
Right.
where you hope you would be, but there's no way to tell. I mean, given the possibility that, say you were like in a vault and something blew up and you came out and there everything's dead, it's like, what would stop you from, if you saw someone, you know, a guy, you know, crawling around, why wouldn't you not just kick him in the face or beat him up, and just for like shits and, because who fucking cares?
Yeah.
And at the same time, it's like someone who's completely like been righteous and perfect their whole life. You see a girl and she's like vulnerable. It's like, why wouldn't I just rape her? Like, who cares? Because you don't know. Like, you can't wrap your head around what your where your mindset would be,
Yeah.
given that those circumstances. You know?
Yeah, it's really hard to figure out my my mental well-being in the sense of apocalypse.
Yeah. It's, that's one of those things you really like can't.
Yeah, as much as I want to be the what do they call the character you play as in Fallout, the lone wanderer.
Yeah.
As much as I want to believe that I'd be a lone wanderer in that aspect, I don't know. I wish I could be like, yeah, I'm gonna be exactly like the character I built in the fucking video game that I played.
Yeah.
But probably not. I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. Like, that's because you could be a piece of shit kind of person, and then if something pops off, you could suddenly, like, this huge wave of empathy could kind of overcome you.
That's true. Yeah.
So I mean, you've seen it like in movies or video games or whatever, where people, like, things change and then you're like, the good guy suddenly becomes the bad guy, or the bad guy suddenly becomes the good guy because of, like, you know, the context or the situation, whatever.
I was
it
gonna
is.
say it's all situational.
Yeah, it is weird. It's like you always hope and try to be. I mean, it's kind of the same thing now. Like, you always want to try to be a good person, but
Yeah.
it's so fucking baller just fucking people up.
I mean, I'm for the most part like a good person, I think. Like, I try my, like, right now, it's like, speaking which, but, I mean, there are people, like, that are not in my life, but around my life that I just could care less about. Not that I'd fucking kill them, but...
But you wouldn't help them.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. Yeah,
I think that one chart that I made, that I posted on Instagram of everyone's, like, chaotic.
Oh yeah, the fucking.
I think that's a pretty good indication of.
That's a really good chart. You did really good with that fucking chart.
Because I feel like you would be, like, not opposed to killing people if it meant that people would be safe.
Right.
And, or, you know, just.
I'm looking for the big good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like having, like, I could see you running a town and being like the sheriff and being like, this is, you know, we have to be careful, keep our people in here, this and that, you know. Worst comes to worst, push comes to shove, then we're gonna have to deal with it.
Right.
Hopefully we don't have to. We can talk it out, whatever. Me, I'll be in the town, but every morning I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna go hunt people. I'm gonna go hunt bad people. I'll be back by.
I'll be back.
Yeah. Just my brain full of psycho.
It
and
just felt really hard right now. I heard it knock.
My head's hollow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Oscar he'll have a massive throne that he sits in. Because he'll be 900 pounds.
He'll be like fucking, was it Jabba? Jabba the Hutt?
Oscar the Hutt.
Oscar in his hut?
How did I never make that joke when he worked at Pizza?
Man, what a fucking missed opportunity.
I need to call him after.
That's fine.
Be like, more like Oscar the Hutt. And he's like, what? I work at Domino's.
More like Domino the Hut. Murder hornets.
There's way less Tokyo drifting in, like, an Asian community than I thought there would be.
You're just not driving at 10 o'clock at night.
I know. I don't.
Like, I see that shit all the time. Like, I was driving yesterday on the freeway.
Maybe brag about it.
And I was driving like maybe like 75, like not crazy fast, but fast enough just to be going a little quicker. And a cop pulls up right behind me, And I was like, oh shit, I might get pulled over. Like, I'm going a little fast. They might fucking pull me over just because I'm going a little fast.
Or shoot you because they can see you're not white.
I know. But the cop pulls up, and I'm like, I might be pulled over right now. And then a fucking like an angel out of the sky, a car going like 90 on the freeway, goes right past us and goes over 4 lanes into the fucking carpool lane, and he fucking busted right up fucking around me. And he goes right behind him, like fucking 2 feet, like right behind him,
Jesus.
and pulls his ass over. I was like, oh, thank God. It was a construction zone too. That means his fucking fine's double. Oh man, that shit fucking. I was busting up.
I still don't know what I'm gonna do about my speeding
I
ticket.
forgot you had a speeding ticket.
I think I have some gelada frozen inside the house in a Ziploc. Because the last time I went,
Can you eat it still? Is it still good?
it's been a long time.
It's a
But
problem.
I mean,
I don't know how like.
frozen stuff works.
Well, in a sense, yeah, because like if you've cooked it already and you freeze it, can you reheat it and still be good?
Yeah, but you can't keep doing that. Like you can't reheat it and then refreeze it and then reheat it and refreeze it. It'll spoil.
I don't know. I'm really sketchy about that, or sketched out by that type of thing.
Rule of thumb: once you cook something, you can get it, freeze it, one time.
Okay.
Rule of thumb. That's the way I've always done it. Anytime, like if I take something out and I like defrost it,
Yeah.
that's it.
Okay.
Like that's already the one time. That's why like when I took those chicken wings down, I was like I can't do it. Like I have to make something with them. And then it already took too long, so I just made fried chicken. The best fried chicken.
It was pretty good. I'm glad you did.
It was really good.
The pickle brine.
Oh yeah.
I guess asparagus, huh?
Yeah.
That chicken made my teeth stink. It was really good, but the next day I peed and I was like, this fucking reeks.
I didn't even realize that would happen.
Why
Like
not?
that. Because like the thing
It's
is,
the brine, not the asparagus.
no, but
Oh.
that's the thing. Like the brine, it smells too. Like it smells like it actually when you open the like when you pickle asparagus
Yeah.
and you smell the brine, it smells the way your piss smells. I don't know what chemicals match up.
It's full
but
rotation, just doesn't change in scent.
yeah, so like the chicken, eating that asparagus chicken, that'd be a crazy trick to play out. Like it'd be like, oh, like I made this like pickle brine. They're like, oh, this tastes really good. And then I go pee later, like, my piss smells like fucking asparagus, dude. Like,
I didn't have asparagus today.
but they did. Anyway, I actually went I think the last time I went to Gelada
Yeah.
was when I worked at Children's Hospital.
Oh, okay.
And
I guess it makes sense. You're way closer to gelato fucking when you work there than here.
But that's what I'm saying. That's that Gelada that I still have.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but it's been frozen. It's been frozen the whole time.
Since it's been frozen the whole time, it still abides by your rule then.
I would say maybe because it's been a long time.
You're a little worried about
It's
it.
been.
It's pork too, huh?
Wait, yeah.
Ugh.
She is right. When
When did I work at Children's Hospital?
Oh shit! It's probably been almost a year then.
A year in your freezer.
Yeah. Wait, when did we get this new freezer?
That's a great question. I don't know.
Well, I don't remember which freezer I put it in. I don't know if it was like the old one and then we transferred it, or if it was just this one.
Does that break your rule?
No. But I mean, like, because if we know how long we've had this freezer, then we'll know how long I've had it.
Fair enough.
But I remember Oscar took me. I came home and I left it on the counter to like cool off.
Okay.
And then I kept some of it like in a little container
Right.
so I could eat it just like the next few days.
Right.
And then I split it into 2 bags. And
I remember you
froze
doing
2 of
that.
them. Yeah, I froze 2 of them, 2 Ziplocs. And one of the Ziplocs I opened and it was like pretty full. I opened the Ziploc and then I defrosted it and used, I mean like a Ziploc bag, like
Your sandwich bag.
like a
Yeah.
sandwich bag. I used a third of it.
Oh my
And I threw the rest out because I was abiding by my rule. I was like, I'm not gonna refreeze
Did you
it.
make it with like eggs?
I don't remember, but I made it with something, and it was like kind of like a spicy.
Yeah.
That's what the way I usually use it is
Yeah.
like I'll put it on the side. Like I'll make eggs, potatoes, and like breakfast, like eggs,
Right.
potato, sausage, and
The
then I
first
put like a
time-
little pile of it.
The first time you
Think
got
of
it to go and you made breakfast for like me, I think it was like me, Raymond, and like Oscar. I don't know exactly who was there. And I was like, this is the shit, like to fucking mix with like breakfast. Eggs, bacon,
Yeah.
and then the lot of fucking pork. Oh man.
It just makes anything like way spicy, and it's so flavorful.
Yeah.
It's so good, so it just makes it better. But I remember getting it, and it was like, I mean, there's only so much of it you can eat like at a time.
Right.
So when I made it, it's like I want it now, and I had to defrost the whole bag. So I ate that portion of it, and the next day I was like, I don't want more of it.
Should
Like,
have
I
stayed
just-
like ice cream.
Oh yeah.
Shut the fuck up. Oh yeah.
I should have put them in ice cube trays. So I could pop them out.
Those tube ones where you can fit inside your water bottle.
I thought you were gonna say the popsicle. As stupid as that sounds, that's actually perfect for Jitlada because of how concentrated.
How concentrated and spicy it is.
Yeah. Just to be able to pop it, like you get like 4 ice cubes worth of Jitlada. Yeah.
4 ice cubes worth of gelato. It freezes pretty well too, like way better than I thought it would freeze.
Yeah. I think that's why I think there's still a bag of it in the freezer. I mean, if I take it out and I defrost it, like it'll smell bad if it's bad.
Yeah, fair enough. It is
But-
pork, so you'll know by the scent.
Yeah. But I remember when I think it might have been the last time when I got it.
Right.
Yeah, it has to have been because the last time I got gelada, which was the same one that I have now.
What'd you eat today?
Taco Bell.
Yeah, call man. Taco Bell's one of those fucking anomalies, man. Where you're like, I hate how I feel after I eat Taco Bell, but I'm always gonna eat it.
Yeah, I hate Taco Bell.
I fucking love Taco Bell.
There's a Taco Bell and a Church's Chicken in
Yeah.
my. Is
See-
it Church's? Yeah.
Is
But
Church's?
Yeah, Church's just takes way too fucking long. I'll be the only person in line, and I order my stuff, and
It'll
it
still
takes,
take
like,
most of your lunch.
It takes like 20 minutes. Yeah. So like I drive from my job, like I clock out, run in my car, drive to Church's. It's the same fucking thing,
Uh-huh.
and then I order my food, and then it takes like 20 minutes. And I'm like, are you killing the chicken back there too? But at
The-
this-
the
it just
wor-
depends, because I've gotten it before
Right.
at another location. It's just as good, and it took
Just
not
as
that
long?
No,
Really?
yeah.
No shit. Okay.
That's why it's
I don't.
not. It's
I don't
not
go
like
to
a-
chicken places really often. The only chicken place I ever go to is like El Pollo Loco.
Well, I never go to chicken places.
Me either. Like
But
and
I
whenever I
love
have
them.
chicken, it's always like someone else bought chicken. They're offering me. You know what I mean?
Like a whole chicken.
Not like a whole chicken. What the fuck? No, but like it's always like KFC or like Popeyes or Church's where they'll buy like a small bucket and be like, you want some? I'm like, yeah, I'll have some chicken. But if I go to a place by myself, it's never even for the fucking chicken. Like I go to El Pollo Loco and I get the burrito or the fucking like taco salad or something.
What do you mean it has chicken?
Yeah, it does, but
But not like the grab it.
Yeah,
grab the
exactly.
fucking- yeah.
I don't think there was ever a point in time where I went to KFC and got a bucket of chicken.
You'd be like Precious.
Thanks, I guess.
You should be Precious for Halloween.
No,
Why? Why don't you like to do things that are fun?
I just
Like
can't do the
blackface.
accent.
Blackface?
Blackface accent?
I don't know.
I
You're
don't
the one
know,
that said
man.
it. Yeah, blackface is crazy.
What are you doing for Halloween this year? What are you dressing up as? What is the crew dressing up as this year?
I still, to this day.
Jackson 5.
No.
Why?
I get to be Michael.
Hell yeah, cool. You gotta learn how to slide out.
Oh yeah. We all have to get afros.
That's fine. That's easy.
In blackface.
Yeah,
That's okay because we're all. None of us are white. Because I was gonna say we're all Hispanic, but I'm not entirely sure of Erica.
Yeah, me either.
Erica's part Asian something.
She's a missing link.
Like a monkey. I feel like we look closer to the missing
Yeah,
link.
I got that heavy brow, that
She looks
fog
like-
face.
She looks. She looks like a cute anime girl. We look like knuckle dragging cavemen.
What do you mean look like?
Have you seen the small of my back? There's like a full toupee back there. That's monkey hair. Anyway, for the longest time, I've wanted to do Reservoir Dogs.
Oh yeah.
But it's kind of hard to buy, like... Well, I mean, we would all have to just get full suits, which,
Yeah.
I mean, we're adults now. We should have them anyway.
I was talking to Raymond about that like yesterday about because I was talking to him that I didn't have like a interview uniform, and I would go to uniform or go to uniform. I would go to interviews in like fitted slacks and like a flannel and my fucking combat boots.
Nice.
And that's how I'd go to fucking interviews. I'd shave my beard. That's about it. And I mean, I got the job. All the jobs I wore it at, I got the job. But I feel like I'm too old at this point to not have a nice fucking suit to wear to a fucking interview.
Yeah, like even when I played at Children's Hospital, I didn't have like a suit. It was,
But you have dress clothes. I don't even have that.
Well, that's true. Well, yeah, I have dress clothes because I'll dress like, one day I'll dress like I'm gonna go skate with my friends, and then the next day I'll dress like I'm running a fucking business.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, it kind of, I guess, was already there. I just didn't have, like a... I just didn't have, like, a blazer.
Yeah.
And then the blazer I got didn't really fit me that well. And it was, like, kind of big, so it made me look like just, like, a big... what is that? What's his name? George Burns? Or he wears the big, blazer? And he's dancing around. I think there's an episode of The Simpsons where Homer meets George Burns, and they're in the same suit together and they're dancing.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Fucking bringing up The Simpsons. I got it.
That's why I was like George Burns, and you're like, I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
It's like the guy who danced with Homer inside of the suit.
No,
And you're like,
exactly.
that's who
Easy,
it is.
yeah.
But yeah, like I had that, and I just like did my hair shaved, and I had decent clothes. Like I have nice shoes, and I have nice pants. But now I don't really give a shit because now I have a job. So
Yeah.
like my nice work pants, or like my dress pants, I just used for work.
Right.
And but yeah, all I do really is like black pants, shoes, and I think the only expensive part would be a blazer.
Yeah, I mean that's always the most expensive part.
'Cause everything else
that
is-
has to be fitted perfectly.
Yeah, it just like black pants, black shoes, and then a white button up and a black tie, like a thin long tie. That's it. And then one of us has to be shot in the stomach. One of us has to be shot. I think, well, they all get shot, I guess, and killed. But one of us has to have a bloody eye. One of us a forehead. He gets shot in the head.
Yeah.
And then,
So we're post shot
it's
Reservoir
like,
Dogs.
yeah. Well, at the end of Reservoir Dogs, everyone is dead, and then they get up, and then they go have breakfast.
Okay, okay.
And they recreate the beginning scene all over again.
But as zombies.
Post mortem.
Post-mortem.
So, one of them has just one gut shot. One of them has multiple chest and gut shots. One of them has a shot in the forehead. One of them's gone. One of them, I don't know. Harvey Keitel gets shot a bunch probably.
I don't know. I want to be the Jackass crew. I want to be Chris Pontius in a devil suit.
That's
That's all I want. That's all I ever wanted.
Keep cops out of California.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. That'd be fun too, cause like everyone's like distinctive too. Like to have everyone be Jackass crew members. Like Raymond could be Wee Man. Just give him a skateboard.
I saw a video that Steve-O posted today, or yesterday I think, of Wee Man holding Shaq on his shoulders. Which is really fucking cool. I thought it was super fucking funny.
How does that even work?
It's the most awkward scene too, because Wee Man's standing in front of the camera and Shaq comes running up and like grabs him around his neck and puts his legs up like that. Like he has to kick his legs like perfectly horizontally.
I can't picture it. Like, I actually can't even imagine it because I know how tall Wee Man is, and I have an idea of how tall Shaq is. I even like a vague idea.
Right.
I have more of an idea of how tall Wee Man is because
He's about the size of the chair.
I've met more people the size of Wee Man
Right.
than I have the size of people that I've met the size of Shaq.
Yeah.
Shaq is seeing pictures of Shaq next to anything.
It's
or
like
doing
seeing
anything.
Andre the Giant grab that guy's head.
Or yeah, anything like Andre the Giant or like Yao Ming standing next to people.
Is he still alive?
Yeah.
I never hear anything about Yao Ming anymore.
He's just laying low, man.
I thought he would be kicking it with fucking Shaq. Playing
They were-
DJing in their kitchen.
They were cool for a while, I think.
Yeah, 'cause they're both big dudes.
But yeah, like I can't like they're like my DM Brett
Yeah.
at my job. At my job, if my DM comes through, he's like really fucking tall. He's like I don't even know, like 6'6" maybe.
Okay.
He's tall as fuck. Where I don't think I'm that tall, but I'm not short. And I'll be walking through the aisles or whatever, and I can't see anyone because I can't see anyone popping over like from another aisle.
Dials are like relatively 6 feet tall, so you
Yeah.
can't look over them.
Yeah, because like I could look and see past the, like I can see past where everything is.
Yeah.
But no one like pops over it.
Right.
And I'll see him walking like because it's like the aisle's like that. I'm right here, and he's that tall where I can see up at him still over the aisle. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. So like when I went in to interview with him, he's like, have a seat, and I was like, okay, and I sat down, and then I like talked to him. And he was like towering over me. I'm like, it's like fucking the Iron Giant. Like he just puts his finger down and I. Anyway,
The Iron Giant.
I don't remember the last time. I think I've seen the Iron Giant like 5 times, like when it came out. Unless it came out. No, it had to have come out when I was already older. I mean, like when I was a kid. You know?
Yeah.
Because.
I gotta get my my Google Home out here or something so we can ask it questions as we go across.
Yes.
Because there's been a lot of questions where we don't know.
Yeah.
Like, how tall is Shaq?
Yeah. At the same time, I will gladly speculate.
Yeah. Like, it's one of those things where
9
like,
feet?
9 feet? He's like 9 feet tall. How tall is the tallest person that ever lived?
Like 9 feet tall.
What? He's not taller than him. No, you're not understanding me. Shaq is the tallest person that ever lived.
And he's the best DJ, best basketball player.
What's his DJ name?
No man, DJ Shaq.
DJ Diesel. That's what it is.
Let's get Shaq on the show.
I
If we
wish.
ever had
We'd have
Shaq
to
on
break
here,
the arms off of both of those chairs and let him sit.
Yeah. Snap off the. If Shaq was like, I'll be on your
I was gonna do this.
I'll
be on your show.
I would happily kick off both of the insides and push both chairs together so we could have a big old Shaq chair.
I'd spend my extra cash on getting him a special throne chair with the basketball hoop that he'll probably miss.
Ooh. Ooh. You know he's never gonna be on the
He's
show.
never
You
gonna be
make
on the
fun of
show. No, he'll be fine. He likes being made fun of.
him. We'd have to reframe it because he'll be like the.
I know, we have to.
He'll be like the adults in the Peanuts cartoons where his head it'll just be his shoulders down.
It'd be a funny episode.
Yeah.
If we recorded the whole thing and had a full, like, nice, really good conversation with him, but we dubbed his voiceover with wah, 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 wah.
And it's just like his chest up, and we edit out everything he says. That'd be the craziest thing to have. You know, like just starting a podcast, and then the first person we have on isn't one of our friends. It's fucking Shaq.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
then
any notable person, if we had on the show, like the first fucking person, any notable person would be like, how the fuck did they do that?
yeah, and then Why did they edit out everything that he said?
Oh my god.
I think I could spend a lot of time with Shaq.
Like talking to him, chilling.
Yeah, like I feel like Shaq is just like.
You think he'd want to try acid?
I feel like I wouldn't let him.
He'd probably like need like 12 tabs.
Yeah.
Like to even get a buzz.
No, like I'd give him one tab and go.
Funny man, say funny things. He's never gonna be on our show.
It's because of you.
That's fine.
He's like, I'll talk to Greg, but not Noel.
Well, I want to see Funny Raymond.
The brown man. I want to see
He's
Noel.
never gonna be on our show.
He was on Hot Ones.
That's true.
What if we give him like hot wings or something? We'll eat hot wings for him.
What if?
I wonder how much
Be
it
on our
takes.
show. We'll get you a bucket of Popeye's chicken.
We'll get like the biggest bucket we can find, and we'll all eat chicken together.
Does Shaq have one of those crazy like muscle man appetites, like fucking the way like the Rock eats, like where he eats like 13 pizzas?
He probably doesn't have like necessary like because like the Rock has to eat that because this dude's like big, but he also works out.
Yeah.
Shaq is probably just because of the fact that he's like so big anyway that he has to. He's just like he has to eat more. I couldn't imagine being like, hey, like we're gonna go get burgers and stuff, and he's like, I'll just have like a salad, like a small salad, not like a fucking trough
like
salad.
one of those ones you get at 7-Eleven where you have to peel the
cellophane and yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's kind of like Andre the Giant, like we were talking about, and how he has to. It's just that he could drink like gallons of beer just because of the fact that he's so massive, and the fact that it's like how someone could have such a high tolerance and also like have a high tolerance initially just from when they start drinking.
Right.
The first time they've ever started drinking, they immediately have a higher tolerance because of their size.
Yeah.
It's like my Uncle Rene was so big that his drinking, like his alcohol tolerance was way higher than everyone else's.
Right.
Even though he never drank. So he just always smoked. Never drank. So when he did drink, he could probably at least kill a regular sized bottle of Jack Daniels and be okay.
Right.
Just because he's bigger than most people anyway.
Right.
So that's why he would be able to keep up with Steve, just because Steve's an alcoholic. And because
Steve could fucking drink, man.
Steve's not even an alcoholic. Steve is just a champion drinker.
He's a fucking marathon drinker.
Yeah, that's like when we drank with him at the chicken coop.
he was drinking from the night before.
Him and Chris Brown.
That's right.
They were drinking from
the Black Keys show.
Yeah, Black Keys.
Yeah.
It was either Black Keys or Dan Auerbach.
Mm-hmm.
But they saw him. They were drinking from the night and then into the morning. But I think at the time he was like you. He worked graveyards.
Oh, okay.
So to him, where we went, that was like his nighttime.
Right.
To him, it was by the time they left, or when we all split up, it was like the evening or like late afternoon. That was probably like I guess internally like 2 a.m.
Right.
But still, he had been drinking for like 34 hours. I don't think that math's right.
It's not.
I don't think he was drinking that long. From like going to a show.
I'm not saying he can't do that because he probably could. He could probably continue. Yeah, he
could probably tear his
tear
his family apart.
Oh, okay.
Now we're never gonna get my Uncle Steve on the show.
He'll be on the show. As long as we bring him beer, he'll be on the show.
Yeah.
Or a handle, at least.
Yeah, just be like, drink this, we're gonna watch. Because I mean, at what time does a show start? Like, I mean, if you're pregame, you see like 6.
Yeah,
from like
6 or 8.
So like 12 hours at least, maybe like 20 hours actually. Because after we left, they Ubered home and then they went to a bar.
Yeah, I know.
And then
You
they
told
drank
me
that evening too.
They probably continued drinking at the house and then Ubered out.
Yeah.
Like we got pretty fucking drunk and then we went to a CVS and I broke my phone. You remember that?
I don't remember.
We
that
went to
at all.
CVS. I don't know who we were talking to, but I dropped my phone. I broke the camera screen on it. The like glass above the cameras. I
think-
cracked that and I had to buy a new camera glass and replace it.
I feel like I do remember that. But yeah, he's just good at drinking.
Yeah.
He's really good at drinking.
Bums me out that you never got to smoke with your Uncle Rene.
Oh yeah, he was pretty fun to smoke with.
I know.
That's like when I was living with my grandma, we would just hang out outside and smoke, and I'd bring him either my guitar or my bass, and I'd play the opposite instrument.
Yeah.
And we'd sit outside and we'd just making up songs and then capping on each other because we both sucked. Because we weren't like super great. but
You
we
just
both
you know how to play the instrument, but not well.
Yeah.
At least at the time, you're way fucking better now.
So thank you. we would just mess around and we'd just like cap on each other, and it was cool. But he like when we would smoke, he would be when by the time I started smoking with him, that's when he already had like all the kids.
Right.
So he wasn't like trying to get like fucking blasted.
Yeah.
Trying
to have a good time.
Yeah, so we would just smoke a little and just kind of chill out, and we would just kind of kick it there. But I know he could fucking smoke a lot. He told me a bunch of his stories from when he was younger.
Right.
And-
Right.
Okay, no. This got me like, oh, never mind. I just remembered.
What?
I was gonna say this got me like way more buzzed than I thought, but I also haven't eaten since like 11 this morning.
Right.
But I had Taco Bell, bro.
Now you're all gassy.
Now I'm all fucking full of Taco Bell, bro. And what is
What's
this?
your favorite thing on Taco Bell?
It's all kind of the same.
In a sense, yeah. I mean, it's all either a taco or not,
Or a bell.
or a burrito.
I
There's a
think-
trash can right here, fool.
Oh yeah. I already threw it. Anyway, that's one of the reasons why I don't like Taco Bell that much.
Just because it's all the same.
Yeah, because it's just fucking. It's the same thing, just remix.
I'm cool with that though.
Yeah, it's alright.
Like, there's a lot of stuff there that I enjoy eating. The fucking worst thing and the best thing that could happen to my life fucking happened across the street from my job. They opened up a fucking Tommy's.
Oh wait, no, you told me about that with Black Bear Diner. You said
This
you were
is,
gonna-
I said the same thing.
Yeah, you said you were gonna die of a heart attack.
I said the same thing about Tommy's.
You're like, I'm gonna get fat and die because they opened the Black Bear Diner. Now that it's like
Well,
a conspiracy to get you fat.
Well, yeah, kind of, yeah. Well, like, Black Bear Diner closes up. Tommy's stays open till 3 a.m. So
So
I
you
can
for
get off
lunch.
of I can get off for lunch and get like fucking 2 chili cheeseburgers and a soda and just hate the rest of my days.
So like I'll go to Taco Bell sometimes during my lunch, and I'm like, God, like Taco Bell sounds pretty. Like I just want something like greasy and filling.
Right.
Like, it's just I don't want to fucking eat a bunch of gay ass strawberries for lunch. So I'll go and I get it, and then I'm eating as if I'm just gonna be like relaxing after.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh man, that was so good. And then I realize I have 4 minutes left, and I'm as bloated I'm bloated like a corpse. And I'm like, oh no. And then I go and I clock back in, and then I have to run around, and then go run to the bathroom and go fart for like 10 minutes.
I don't fart. Like, whenever I eat something I'm not supposed to, like fucking cheeseburgers and shit, I take full shits. Like, scary shits. Like, I'll be in there. Like, I told you, I consistently take a shit at 3 o'clock in the morning now.
Yeah.
And it's not a pretty shit.
What's weird is you have to take really gnarly shits to understand the difference between a gnarly shit and a pretty shit. Because I get it. Because
Yeah,
there's
no.
sometimes where you'll be like, I
You get
feel-
those-
I
you get
feel
those no
clean.
wipers.
I feel
Yeah,
clean
yeah.
After still, like you do it, like you do one wipe, and then you look at it, and you're like, there's nothing on here
Yeah.
already. Like that was,
I mean, obviously,
could
you
be
wipe
fresh
like 2
out-
more times, but
I could be fresh out of the shower still, essentially, you know. But then there's sometimes where you sit there, it's like preempted. You already know. You're like, this is gonna splatter everywhere. It's a good thing we sit on bowls, or else if we were in those like Chinese shit squat toilets, It's a whole other world.
I can't imagine being used to that.
Being Chinese?
No, just being used to the squat toilets. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, squat toilets are so fucking straight. I guess I'm spoiled just by having a bowl.
Just being able to, like, sit down?
Yeah.
I guess.
Because, like, I have to understand, too, though. Like, that's a norm for whoever has those. Like, it's a normal thing.
Yeah. Anyway, I guess that's it for today.
You think so?
I think we covered a lot of topics today, man. I guess we'll talk to everyone after. See you later.